Hello Art! Welcome to your second guitar lesson. I'm recording here live at the Justin Guitar Cave. And remember the last time we spoke and you got your new guitar, what we went over was this crazy lesson to get your fingers working together right. You remember this one? Now you say you've gotten pretty good at that, but we're going to be revisiting it in some new and interesting ways in the future, so don't let your practice on that one slip. But we're going to try something a little bit more musical and fun this time. We're going to start you off with something called the E chord, the E major chord really, and it sounds like this. Now to make this chord, which is really a building block of many, many different songs you're going to hear, you're going to take your birdie finger and you're going to put it right here on the second fret of the second string, which is also known as the A string. Then you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to also put it on the second fret, but this time of the third string, which is also known as the D string. Finally, you're going to take your forefinger and you're going to put that on the first fret of the fourth string, which is also known as, yes, you guessed it, the G string. How much fun is that? And now, that chord sounds like this. Sounds just real nice and musical, kind of happy and upbeat. And you're going to hear that chord in many, many other different songs. So, let's take a closer look at how we make that chord. Alright, we're going to get up real nice and close to the guitar's neck right here, and I hope you can see this so I don't have to re-record it. I'm kind of lazy. Now what we're doing here is we're taking that middle finger and we're going to put it right there, second fret of the second string, also known as the A string, and I want you to be remembering that stuff. Okay, now we're going to go with the ring finger. We're putting that on the second fret of the third string, also known as the D string. Here is that forefinger going on the first fret of the G string. You see that? That's how easy that formation is. And it sounds really nice like that. Now try that with me. I can't hear you doing it, I can't see you, so I'm just going to have to trust that you're actually going to work on this. Alright, we're going to move on to something new. I imagine by now you're starting to get the hang of that that E, and it's starting to sound pretty cool. So where do you go from here? What we're going to do is show you something that's kind of neat because it involves the exact same formation. You see how we had our birdie finger on the second fret, ring finger on the second fret, forefinger on the first fret. We're just going to slide that south, one string in each case. So that middle finger, it's going to be on the second fret of the third string, also known as the D string. And that ring finger is going to wind up on the second fret of the G string. First finger is going to wind up first fret of the B string, which is also the fifth string. And that chord is the A minor, and it sounds like this. It sounds a little bit darker and more dramatic than the kind of happy-go-lucky E. But you'll find both of those chords in so many songs. As you start progressing in guitar, you're going to start realizing that those two chords are just like everywhere. And it's going to make you more able to figure songs out as you get better at this. Okay, so there's your A. Once again, birdie finger, second fret of the third string, ring finger, second fret of the fourth string, forefinger, first fret of the fifth string. Now, I usually avoid plucking the sixth string, the first string, which is the low E string, when I'm making the A. It just sounds a little bit better when you have the A as the very first note. Alright, now here's something fun you can do. With just those two chords, you have enough there to actually start like you're really playing the guitar. So let's just imagine trying to strum these. Strum them each a few times and then switch to the next one. So now you know two chords, one more, and you can have a successful punk band. Okay. Now another thing you can also do with those chords, instead of just strumming them, you can pluck the notes individually. So it would sound kind of like this. So that just gives you kind of a different feeling as opposed to strumming all the notes at one time. So have a little fun with that and just keep going back and forth between the two. Okay, so you also remember that a few minutes ago I promised you we would revisit this. Now, the last time we talked, I didn't really worry about what your right hand was doing, but I have a feeling what you were doing with that right hand is every single time you plucked a note, you were going down. I know that sounds bad. So you were only downstroking each note. Now I want you to think about doing something else. Rather than just plucking downward, I want you to think about pulling upward. We're only going to do this on the high E string to make it as easy on you as possible first. That first note, go ahead and downstroke. Next one, I want you to upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. So you can keep going like this. And that's going to help your coordination. Eventually, when I start teaching you how to play scales, that's going to make you able to go a lot faster and a lot more accurately, and also give you a different type of sound than just the downstroking. Again, if you know 3 chords in downstroking, you are very well on your way to having a punk band, but this will make you a little bit more versatile. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I can give you for now. We're going to make it even harder for you next time. Have fun.